Alright, looks like we're going to jump into this pistol round. This match is live. We've got HLTV starting on the terrorist side. Or no, what am I talking about? This is a knife round. Haha, just kidding, guys.
You need your coffee,
thought it was pistol. Clearly. Yeah, I was like, how do they choose the sides here? Anyhow, we are moved into the knife. Go for it, Ricky.
Yeah, it's a little struggling, eh? Struggling. You need the coffee in ya. But there you have it. HLTV wins the knife. They will get their pick of the litter for the side, and they want to swap. So they will be starting on CT side. DE Dust2, everyone's favorite map. I noticed the other day when you're having a conversation about Counter-Strike with people who are less experienced, they always fail to mention what map they're talking about whenever they're saying, oh, I was running down A or B. But somehow everyone knows you're talking about Dust2. So that speaks volumes to the magnitude of this map and its effect on the game here. As we are waiting for... I believe... Is that live already? Yes, it is.
Yeah, we are in.
So the terrorists already trying to force their way out long here. 3 right out into the long area. Vader will start things off with an op frag. Snake gets one more. And Anderson will chime in with a third. Evenly balanced are the kills for the terrorists as they're pushing their way up long. Anderson picking up a second, and Batista will go down. He does manage to get 2 with the grenade there.
Wow.
So, an impressive touchdown there. But really, a strong showing there from the terrorists, not losing much. If that grenade hadn't gone off, they wouldn't have lost anyone that round. But, you know, close enough doesn't count in hand grenades. So,
yeah, exactly.
Virtus.Pro up to 1. Sprawll.
Yeah, we got CZ75s on the field right now. 3 currently on the counter-terrorist side. We got the one and only, we're calling him Batista. I'm just at least calling him that. I think, Ricky, you decided on it as
I watched
well.
Guardians of the Galaxy last night, so yeah, I'm calling him Batista.
Exactly. So he's going to be rocking that scout mid here, trying to get a peek. See if he can find anybody. At this point, he is not. He does fire a shot, and that's going to light up cold here. It actually does take him down, so the first pick going to HLTV at this point, but as we speak, we do see the push is happening long. Twirl's going to be the only one to contest, and he is going to land one good shot and fall back onto Cat at this point.
Ooh, Daredevil answering back with the 5-7. There is a Galil and a Scout in the hands of the counter-terrorists on round number 2. 60 seconds remain on the clock, and planting the bomb is Lex. And that is the European Lex, not the North American Lex. As you probably have figured it out. But Batista picks up another frag for the CTs, and all of a sudden the terrorists are very low. It's down to a 4v1. And just like that, Twirl takes down another. And HLTV answers right back with a round of their own. They're going to scoop up every gun they can get their grubby little hands on and tie this game up. Going into the third, great stuff from HLTV on that anti-eco.
Yeah,
or
agreed.
That eco.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Picked up the armor, their mini AK-47s, so CZ75s, and they are able to take that round. So 1-1 is our scoreline, and take a look at the other side. Virtus.Pro coming back. They're going to have 5 CZ75s with all armor at this point. Looks like they are going to be heading over to the B side. Lex leading the charge with the bomb into Upper Dark, and they're heading straight into Lower. Looks like it might be some sort of mid to B push. That's my best guess at this point. Yep, flash through. Lex is going to be the first one charging on in, and Batista's going to be here. Does get dropped, though, lighting up a couple terrorists, and looks like one does go down. That's going to be Tommy getting that frag, and as we speak, though, heading into the B site. They do have control, but at this point... Wow, that was very close. Sorry, I missed that, but the flank was real. We see Virtus.Pro Staff taking that round.
Yeah, just toe-to-toe trading rounds back and forth. That was funny at bomb site B there. I believe that was Anderson. It was pushed right up on a CT. It was at the mouth of B tunnel. They didn't even see each other through that smoke.
Yeah, we are going to see some more CZ75s on the field. Going to be another eco, so trading ecos back and forth here. We're going to see HLTV, no armor at this point, so this is going to be one of those real ecos. They're just buying a couple pistols, relying on those. And playing picks right now, it looks like, is Virtus.Pro. VPS moving into this long A house, getting a little bit aggressive. Twirl's
going to get a kill here. I
though.
guarantee he's going to get this kill. That's lethal range for the CZ. All Snake has to do is peek out, and his head's going to get taken right off.
He's thinking about it, but at this point, yeah, he's getting antsy. We do see Lex leading the charge on Cat. All 4 other terrorists are moving up at this point. Neg, VPS. He is going to get peeked, and Twirl's going to go down. Lurpus will trade, though, and on bomb site A, Daredevil just going crazy. Does get 2 frags, but does get dropped. So 2 terrorists left, 3 counter-terrorists. So we're going to have 2 flanking from Cat. Tommy still on long A pit plat. He is going to get that shot onto A plat, so only 1 terrorist left in. We are going to see HLTV picking up that round. They didn't even have armor and they won the eco.
Yeah, and I like that plant spot. That's a very that's not in the meta enough yet. In Counter-Strike 1.6, planning outside the boxes, it's something they added a few patches ago. Planning outside the boxes was, second nature on this map. And it's good to see that coming back, and I always love to see that plant. But these teams right now, we're in round number 5, and my score sheet looks like a candy stripe right now. Round 1 goes to Virtus.Pro. Round 2 goes to HLTV.org. Round number 3 goes back to Virtus.Pro. And then round number 4 going to HLTV again. So both of these teams just going back and forth, not really having a full dedicated buy from either team until this round. However, Ascolo, unless I'm going crazy, doesn't have a weapon. And on the ground is the bomb outside long. As the terrorists look to feel out the map here, try and find a pick. There are 2 players playing up in long. That is Twirl and Tommy, or Lurpus, who have played very well for their team so far in the last match versus Star Ladder, which they won that map and game 16-11 on Dcash, and that was just before this one on RGN. Twirl playing from pit, and Lurpus playing that crossfire from long. Not sure if you ever want to pick long when you have those 2. If anything, is an indication of how they're going to be playing the rest of the evening. And it looks like maybe at B, Snag will try and find a pick as he crouch peeks out from the B hall. He's going to get flashed off, and he will fall back as Batista, 67 HP. Not enough to really warrant any sort of safe play, but walking out mid are the terrorists looking to make this flank happen. The smoke goes down CT spawn. The mid to B play from Virtus.Pro looking to push into B. Kago picks up 1, Ascolo picks up another. These teams trading back and forth. Batista will get 1 before going down. Ascolo gets that, and the bomb goes down. It's a 3-on-3. The retake for HLTV in full effect here as they rotate their way through T-spawn, or CT spawn, pardon me, and up to the window goes the Vexstar's Twirl. And out the door comes Daredevil, the duo for the CTs, looking to make some frags here. Oh my god, Ascol just holding from sight. Going ham right now. Daredevil gets another one. Batista and Tommy will combine for a second. But Snag ending that round there with a victory. Virtus.Pro, again, continuing this trend of both teams trading back and forth. And if there's any indication, round number 6 will go to HLTV just to continue that trend.
Yeah, exactly. Going back and forth at this point, and look at the buy on both sides here. It's actually going to be a scout for Verdun. And actually, heading straight into B is Virtus.Pro, and that's going to be VPS getting that first frag, so taking complete control of the site. Batista trying to opt that cross. He is going to miss that shot, so work cut out for him as he peeks in the window. They are going to be rotating over is the other counter-terrorist at this point. You see Verdun just holding that tunnel's position, hoping someone will flank here, but as we speak, I believe it's actually just going to be a straight-up save from HLTV. Yeah, you can see Daredevil just shooting at the wall. He is not going to be heading anywhere anytime soon, so they are just giving up that site. Not a bad idea. B site on Dust2, very difficult to retake once terrorists have completely taken control of it, especially with how many players are still left alive.
Nah, the streak is dead, the trade streak. Virtus.Pro is going to win their first consecutive round for either team this match. And that is round number 6. Lurpus will pick off Anderson there at the end of the round, but it won't make much of a difference. The CT is able to, I guess they can buy. Kago will be the only one without a weapon. Batista might actually Famous buy and drop for his teammate here, which would be the wise decision. That looks like that will be exactly what happens. So a wise save from HLTV, really staying on point with their economy game. And it looks like Snag is going to head towards B with the bomb and right down into lower. No pushes from the CTs, not really an answer there. Tommy, Lurpus will not be playing along with Twirl. So if they want to try and overpower the counter terrorists at long, they could do it this round. Bomb is still in mid. Perhaps a mid to B play. This is very, very cut and dry Counter-Strike right now. Kind of work B, make sure long doesn't push, and then hit mid. Out they come through double doors here. As Lurpus is going to try and flash himself out, get a frag here. He's dropped down to 48 HP. He takes Ascol down to 52. So trading in health are the two players from either team. And at B, Kago picks up one with the Famous. That Snag trying to work the lurk, getting caught this time. Escaping with his life last round. Not going to happen again here. Vader also working a lurk on Cat. Trying to make it right now so the CTs can't rotate freely, making it a pain in the ass. Kago's going to rotate right into mid, spray away with the Famous, get another frag. Oh, he's going to get the hat-trick that round. That's Vader and Ascol both fall down. Batista, from B, misses his off shot. Anderson takes him down, and going for the 4K is Kago. He gets it. Dear Lord, that's a big round there from the HLTV player. And it's 4-3. HLTV just staying in this game, standing and banging right now.
Yeah, Kago going massive in that round for his team. We do see a buy on both sides, actually. CZ75s on two of our terrorist players, so forcing things up and heading towards B once more. Lex leading the charge. Are they going to head straight in or drop down to lower? Looks like it is going to be that lower play. So will it be another mid to B? That seems to be one of the strats they are favoring at this point and has been working out for them. Lurpus inside a CT spawn. He hears them running around, and Batista does get the first one, spraying through the smoke. Batista gets another one, and did he get a third? That was massive, and two more heading into sight. It's going to be Cold getting dropped on B ramp. So the slaughter on B ramp, trying to do mid to B once again, but not working out in Virtus.Pro's favor.
I'm liking the call from the IGL, knowing that mid to B is a little exposed, so they kind of rotated and looked to, counteract that. But, Virtus.Pro was throwing a lot of lurkers in there, making it hard for you to quickly rotate and hold a mid-B push. But it looks like HLTV has found the answer. They're going to smoke off B Hall, all of the terrorists for Team Virtus.Pro. The staffers, of course, this is the Staff Cup after all, are walking out lower. It looks like they're going to try mid to B again. They do not have any grenade. Lex is the only one with armor and a CZ. And it looks like they're going to try and overpower the Opera here. Lurpus gets one. Daredevil gets another. The B push is coming through. But Daredevil shutting things down to Batista as well with the AWP. That is 2 for him that round. Or 3, I believe. I kind of missed that stat there. But nonetheless, a good eco hold there on what was looking like an overpower kind of move from the terrorists out mid. But they handled it with care and caution, taking that round away. HLTV.org finding themselves their first lead of this game, and 3 rounds in their favor in a row. So slowly this game, both teams trying to find their pace here. Twirl, Twirl, Tommy getting kills along, a double kill for Lurpus with the AWP. Impressive stuff there, Sprawll.
Yeah, that was a great play by HLTV, kind of just opting to stack long on the chance that they've been trying mid to B, they've been trying B side over and over. They're probably going to try something else with guns. That's exactly what happened. Lex tried to push out quick on long, and the stack was real. And now we see the bomb being down right outside the door. Only Vidarin and Anderson. I'm just going to call him Anders now. You see trying to push out mid doublers is Vidarin here. 2 players in CT spawn though, Kago and Batista with his AWP. And dropping down from Cat is Anderson. He does get 1 frag. Can he get another? No, that's going to be Batista with a double, looking crazy with his op right now.
Oh man, you caught me with a mouthful of coffee there, but yeah, I'm liking. It's kind of weird, Sprawll, saying HLTV as a team, like mentioning them as a team. I kind of like it actually. It's good to see Lurpus back in the hot seat.
No doubt about it.
Lurpus did top frag last game for his team. Didn't have many huge rounds, but just a consistent fragger all around. And 5 diffusers for the CT. Something to note here, ready for a full rush and a plant from the terrorists as they look to coil and spring on bomb site B on this eco. But Daredevil pushing Cat, wisely so, picks up 2 right away, stopping that split. And the terrorists now showing signs of frustration, boiling up and running right out of the B hall, pardon me. And Batista from the door picks up another op frag to stop that eco. Well handled again from the HLTV squad there, holding off an eco rush. So the frustration, like I was saying, was boiling over for the terrorists there. They got picked in mid, and they're like, look, let's just try and get the bomb down. They had one smoke. They threw it, but they couldn't even enter the site. They couldn't breach at all.
Yeah, exactly. And armor and equipment on Virtus.Pro side. Anderson with that AWP. Peeking out long right now, and actually he has the bomb. They've left him alone with it, hanging out near those long A doors. Got a couple players pushing up Cat for the terrorist side. VPS and Vidern at this point trying to get aggressive, but Twirl's going to be there with that Incinerary. Does drop that. They haven't pushed out, obviously. Flashes from Twirl trying to keep them back even longer, but it does look like it is going to be a Cat play. Vidern does push out, gets dropped immediately, and that does shell-shock his teammates. They don't look like they want to get aggressive. Actually, VPS trying to peek the side of the smoke. Can he find someone? Twirl's going to be firing some shots, and Kago does see him there. They are going to be falling back, and Flashbang does go down. Heading back to mid here is the VP staff team. Lex tried to get aggressive out mid, make something happen there. Is going to get put down. Beautiful nade, though. That's going to be getting a bit more for Virtus.Pro at this point. 3-4 in terms of player count, and coming out along is Virtus.Pro Daredevil getting a beautiful spray down. Doing work for his team at this point, and it's going to be a duel between VPS and Twirl. Twirl winning that handily.
Big shout out to everyone subscribed. Friend of the channel, friend of mine, Kai9, subscribing right now. So a big shout out to everyone supporting RGN as we continue to cover this Virtus.Pro Staff Cup early in the morning here on the west coast of Canada. Virtus.Pro down by 4 rounds. HLTV actually doubling up. They've won every round since round 7, and this is round number 13. So according to my math, that's 5 in a row for HLTV. As Batista looks to hold mid with the AWP. And the terrorists are going to cross and try and work their way down. Anderson and Cold both trying to push long here. Twirl hasn't seen much action in long for the CTs, so I wouldn't be surprised if he decided to play more passive angle here. Anderson, however, is in the A-hall. He gets grenaded down to 62. And out of mid comes Vader, looking to push around a smoke, but playing a crossfire is Kago and Batista both playing B-side. There's 3 B-side right now for the CTs. Make that 2 as Kago goes down. Vader picks up a frag. He's very low. Batista will finish him off. And out long comes Cold, picking up Twirl right away, caught off guard with his gun. Not in hand. Anderson and Cold both going to push long. 2 terrorists on Cat. Snake and Lex both pushing into sight, getting a nice kill onto Daredevil, who was holding from plat. Batista picked up another with the AWP at cross. So that turns us into a 3v2 retake. The work cut out for the CT should they choose to try and do this. And the brashful young player for HLTV, under the guidance of Lurpith, are going to push Cat and try and retake this round. And Tommy does pick up one. He's going to move towards the site ever so closer. He's got 58 HP and op to his name. He's going to go for this mate as he picks up with the CZ. He's going to throw a grenade here. And pop flash himself out. Still looking for a frag here. Don't think it's going to go for the defuse, pardon me. I think it's just going to try and pad the stats here. But Lex will walk out the 2-tap with the AK. Rat-tat-tat. The round is over. It's 8-5. Virtus.Pro finally answering back.
Yeah, I kind of thought Lurpus would have saved at that point, but I think he was trying to get an exit on a player leaving from A-plat. Doesn't work out in his favor. Lex is going to put him down, and that's no more AWP for Lurpus. Actually, he's going to rebuy, though. That's going to be a lot of money spent. You look at the bank, though, that HLTV has accumulated with all those wins. They've got plenty of money to spare at this point. Only Kago with nothing left. As I speak, though, he does get a frag and put the bomb down in upper B. So that was all by itself. Not sure if that was just VPS not aware that he had the bomb, because that I don't know why he'd be pushing there by himself. Adarin is going to be pushing up through lower dark, hoping to eventually recover this bomb. But again, we do see 4 counter-terrorists already inside of sight. And there is going to be players on the other side of the smoke. Kago is there. Adarin trying to get the bomb. He does grab it. He's going to head back into upper dark, but Kago's going to be here waiting for him. Does drop the bomb once again. So the other 2 terrorists on the map. Long A doors for Anderson. Cold is up on Catwalk, so trying to work a flank at this point. hoping to catch some of these HLTV players off guard.
Yeah, I'm getting like confirmations on how to say Batistu's name, but it's a bit of a mouthful here as this round winds too close. So, we'll, pardon me, J-Rock? But, yeah, Batista. Euros, man! I know we're getting flamed for being American and casting Counter-Strike, but, you know, that's how it goes. Anderson does not have the bomb. He is finding frags over at A. The bomb is down at B. There's 20 seconds left in the round, so Virtus.Pro will not win this round. And Kago will get that last kill there. Unfortunate for them as we enter round number 15. Virtus.Pro looking for that 9-6 score. Not so bad as a terrorist squad going into the half with 6 rounds to your name. You win the pistol rounds, all 3 of the first 3 rounds of the half, and just like that, you're all tied up.
Exactly right, exactly right. We do see minimal gear for Virtus.Pro. CZ75 on 2 of their players, Galil's on VPS and Anderson. So they are going to be heading over to B very quickly. Lex leading the charge, coming out of tunnels. Is he going to be able to grab that frag? No, Kago does say no, gets 2. And Batiste does get a frag from double doors, so we do see VPS still in sight, trying to peek out double doors, work a pick, but does not like what he sees. So many CTs there, and that's going to be the round for HLTV, 10-5 at the half.
Ass cold at the top of the scoreboard for the Terrorists at 8 and 13. So just struggling a bit. Batista. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, entire world, but I can't do it. I just can't. I can't even. Bastida. Whatever. He's got a 20 bomb, right? But I'm already getting a message on Steve. That's people are unhappy. Nonetheless, he's playing like a madman right now at 20 and 7. As the Terrorists look to just spring out B here, HLTV starting things off with a bang here in the second half. No letting go of W for the Terrorists as they look to take B, and they do. That's a 2-0 trade. The flashes come over, and the retake is on for the CTs. That is Vader, Sneg, and Lex all trying to retake. Pushing through the window is Lex. He gets taken down by Lurpith. Vander goes down after getting a frag onto Daredevil. Twirl will add to his tally, as Sneg is now the last CT alive in B Hall. Managing to sustain a hail of gunfire from the Terrorists and not die just yet. They are going to push in on him. Z fires away with his USP. He will be taken down, and there is your round number 1 of the second half. HLTV was really gunning for that as they just ran straight into B. No looking back. Didn't have any real defensive smokes either. Just straight in, and it seemed to work. Virtus.Pro not really having the answer, and they're going to be fighting from behind for a long time here, Sprawll, in this second half.
Yeah, rifles on the board for HLTV, not playing around. Kago's going to be the only one with a USP-S, rocking that long-range pistol, if you will. You see the push into B here. 2 players stacked at car for the CTs, and they're going to go down very quickly. Darren gets dropped as well, so only 2 counter-terrorists left, Lex and VPS, pushing from lower dark. Are they going to be able to get any frags? Make this eco a little bit better for them. There is a lot of damaged players for the T side at this point. VPS tries to make something happen, and that's going to be Lex getting that headshot on Daredevil, trying to push upper, but he will get put down. So 2 frags on that eco for Virtus.Pro.
An extra special shout out to Two-Face TV. I shouted out Kai Knight. I can't just leave up my boy Two-Face as well. So I gotta cover my ass here, but a big shout out to Two-Face for subbing too. We always appreciate the support. It means so much to us. We were just a few guys that started this thing with a dream, a very nerdy, vergy dream. But look, we're doing it. So all the support in the world means the world indeed to us. As the Terrorists bust their way up, Cat looking to hold other CTs on an eco with the pistol. Stacking up on Cat is not enough. Twirl takes out 2 with the AK. Kago gets another. And that A site is totally open already. However, I think Lurpus may have forgotten that he has the bomb here. He's hanging out right side mid or green box. Call it what you will. He's actually gonna miss peek in mid. Doesn't matter. Kago walks out. 1 taps ass cold, and that will be the bomb heading towards A and planting Anderson, the last remaining CT Sprawll. And at this rate, it looks like HLTV is going up 13-5.
Yeah, P2000 on Anderson. He's going to try and get an exit, I imagine. Might hear Daredevil stomping around on Cat, but he's just going to play top of mid here. There is a couple terrorists which he could come in contact with. They are going to be heading his direction, so Kago is going to be checking the wrong corner, but does get the frag. Anderson does go down, so 13-5 is the scoreline.
21-8, 21-7 for Batista and Kago. I think he did pretty good that time.
Batista, apparently. That's what I've been told. I think that's... Tuta. Yeah, I don't know. I struggle with that as well.
Too many syllables for one man
so
to
many
handle.
So many T's. Sorry, guys.
But 10 rifles on the map right now. A Galil for Daredevil. The only non-native rifle to either team. Of course, the AK and M4 being those rifles. Smokes and flashes come out A, as it's a heavy A play for terrorists. Now running in towards Cat, trying to breach Plat here. Twirl is going to pick up Snag right away. Lex will pick up one in trade, but Daredevil quickly puts him on the bench, puts him to rest 6 feet under. He will be watching the rest of the round with his teammate Snag as Lurpus looks to push out long. There's one in pit. Lurpus just jumps right on the pit railing and drops Vader with a headshot from the AK. The CT's now trying to save. Running back is Anderson. He's dropped to 49 HP. I believe the HLTV squad knows what's going on here with this save, and they do have the money to go chasing here, and I believe they will do so in just a moment here, as Anderson and Ascold are looking to hold off like Jesus and Moses versus the Romans with machine guns. That's a Family Guy reference for anyone in chat. And it'll probably go over the head of most Euros here, so I'm sorry for that, and continue to cast this round. Sprawll, RickyWrath, Anderson getting a kill here. And now, if he dies here, that's awful. No, Anderson does go down. He will be poor as the Dickens here, going into round number 20. He will buy a Famous and armor, though, so not all is lost for him.
Yeah, let's look at the gear on the board for Virtus.Pro. Gonna have those FAMAS buys. Swag 7 on Cold, and Vidern with his Scout. So it looks like another B-side play from HLTV, flashing on in, and so blind is Cold, he is going to get dropped, and another player going down as well. So 3 frags so far, very, very quickly from HLTV. Rushing up through lower is VPS. He's going to get spotted. Is he going to get the frag, though? He does get that headshot, so beautiful play by Batista. Yes, something like that.
Dude, I'm coming to your house right now, dude.
Lex is going to be pushing out of mid. He's going to try and get a frag. Does get one. Drops Lurpus as well. So, decent frags by him. Has no kit, so not going to have a lot of time. Does get dropped, and that's another round for HLTV.
Coffee. I love coffee. So, Virtus.Pro not quite putting up the fight that Star Ladder put up last game against HLTV.org. I guess they're just a superior Dust2 players, as this map does frustrate many teams due to its puggy type nature and being able to get away with those type of strats here on Cat. Daredevil starts off the round with a kill on Lex, and Cat has been opened up. Snag is holding from long. And there is one at elevator. That is Vader. He goes down right away. Ascold lines up with his teammate. Snag gets one and gets traded out. And a quick 4K for the terrorists. And Kago will finish this game with an unceremonious drop down from Cat and dropping of Anderson. So the skins and the cases are divvied up amongst the teams. And this match will wind to a close. We're going to jump into some ads. Stay tuned for coverage all day of this VP Cup. I am RickyWrath, casting with Sprawll. And yeah, just keep, it's fun.